Today we are going to focus on, what I say, do you deploy your XD firewall in virtual environment. Uh, my name is Sujoy Ghosh. I didn't write my name though. I am actually pre-sales engineer for the entire East. From almost all 13 states that I cover. We do have our three more member in our team in Kolkata. Mr. Ronanjoy Roy, who is channel manager. Mr. Sumit Das is there, who is my reporting. He is the senior pre-sales or the zonal manager pre-sales, and Mr. Devashish Das, who is the zonal manager for the sales part. And I have another colleague sitting in Bhubaneswar also. His name is Mr. Sondatta Swine. So these are the people managing Sophos product line and solution in Sophos East, as you can see. So going forward, we're going to discuss that how do you actually leverage this. My next slide is all about that. So right now, the free virtual appliance is being given for 90 days from the Sophos itself. So it is all because of this Corona, COVID-19 case, and many organization is actually challenging how they enable their internal users from work from home. So that is all about learning more about virtual XD firewall inside your own premises for at least for 90 days. And obviously, working with a new new physical device can be very costly also, and that you cannot buy over time. So this is all about an approach to the market so that you can leverage this particular technology in these difficult times, and that is the opportunity that given to you from the Sophos itself. So if you're looking for a solution that solves each of these solutions, like you can take the 90 days virtual firewall. Obviously it's free, and then they that includes almost everything: VMware, Hyper-V, Citrix, Synapse, then KVM. It also can be implemented on your Intel-based hardware. Uh, this is uh, it's all about connectivity that you have already. Or trial page is there. I will go simply visit trial page while I'm going along with this presentation. Uh, this is the firewall, page where you have to actually register your name and email ID and download it. And this is the main concern: secure connectivity for remote users. Obviously, a virtual firewall which is actually free for 90 days and has got the multiple platform that you can run on your own platform, whatever you are actually looking after or you have inside your network. It actually gives you the base license, as this is the difficult time people are going for the VPN connectivity. So our XD firewall has got the base license, which is actually included. I mean, the VPN license for both SSL and IPsec is actually included in VPN, included in base license. You don't need any license except the original, XD box or virtual XD box. Beyond that, if you need anything, you have got all sort of, what I say, security, like protected email, application control, web control, email control. There's deep learning, threat hunting, a lot of things that can be done in machine learning. Not many things are included, but for this particular scenario of this particular difficult time, Sophos is actually asking is anyone who is wanted to use XZ firewall for 90 days, you can just go ahead. But you can, in the trial period, you can also go ahead with any license that you want to use. So your free trial also includes a full guard security bundle. That is all, you are almost having everything except the sandboxing. This full guard, includes almost every security bundle that you have except the full guard. I mean the sandboxing. Uh, uh, I request everyone to put themselves onto the mute. And if you want additional services, then like Intercept A cloud, for 30 days. So you can always, having the uh, benefit of synchronized security when your our endpoint, Sophos Central Endpoint Intercept X, can be synchronized with our XD firewall at your gateway and giving you, more leverage of security parameters. That is the actually the main page. As you can see, setting up the XD firewall. This is the page, http.secure.com. I went there and I downloaded it. It's pretty simple, as you can see. So joy.goes, and that is the only thing that you need to do. Then you have to this. This is my job role. I just giving your input, and you can download it, and you have this particular screen. Thank you for choosing Sophos Neo. You can also, if you want to see only the demo of it, then you can go to this link. Uh, just click on that. Click here on the demo online demo link, and it is there. Username password is demo. So the URL is demo.sophos.com. Obviously preceded by HTTPS. So HTTPS colon slash slash demo.sophos.com is the place from where you can actually see how it is running. You can also see some live traffic there, but that is our demo end, that you cannot do anything, you cannot do any changes. If you really want to do changes, you have to download our XG virtual platform, which is supported. These are the 4 platforms. It is there, as you can see. Download links are actually there given. All you have to do, just download it and save it in your environment, and whatever environment that you want to use, that you can use. I use actually VMware Workstation. That is quite easy to understand. So on this demo I will be utilizing VMware Workstation. If you have got the Windows server, you can also use Hyper-V, because I think Hyper-V one license is free with every server, and with the essentials or something like that. If you don't have anything, you can simply download this ISO image for your Intel hardware. So if you're a PC, just have a you download it. ISO is there. Just make a ISO image, bootable image into your pen drive, and just boot it. That's it. That you can do. Beyond this, the file, after I actually downloaded the file, this is the normal file download that you can actually download. I extract it. As you can see, I downloaded it for the VMware version, so it is giving you all the OVF files and all. So I generally, when you open it in the XD, sorry, in VMware Workstation, you can only see the OVF file that you need to import. So importing is the most easiest part of it. So beyond this, actually, you are all set. You download the zip file. Extract it into a particular file of your desired file, and that is it. Now and then you can actually, uh, as you can see, the VMware Workstation 12 that I'm using. Open the virtual machine. That is the screen that I actually utilizing this. And now I am going to stop this particular share, because right now I'm going to show you the exactly how it is going to work in real environment, so that you can understand that. And for that I'm actually sharing another screen here. I think just give me a second. I will share another screen. uh, Share. Are you able to see my screen now? Hello?
Your presentation has come up again.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay. So
I can see your screen.
so from the PPT part itself, I'm coming out to my real environment. Okay. So as you can see, this is the exe version 18. That is where I download this zip. Okay. So this is a compressed file, and I just extract it, and I extract it within this folder. And here is, till the PPT is running, you can see this screen only. Okay. So I just close it down, and I'm going to run this. Uh, okay. So this is the VMware Workstation that I want to run. This is the workstation. Then we have to do. This is the screen. Open virtual machine. Got it? So what I need to do, I need to, as you can see, when you open it, it automatically detects it, or you can simply choose the folder wherever it goes. So I just particularly click on this, and I say open, and then it says name the new virtual image. So I can say ASOPHOS Sophos XG, sorry, Sophos XG firewall version 18. It's a GA release, so it's a GA. So now I wanted to, it says storage path, so I can simply browse it, and I just make sure that I want to save where my this extracted file were there. So this is the desktop location. This is the firewall. This is the virtual, version 18 folder. I open it. I right click on this. I say new, and I create a new folder, and I say Sophos XG firewall version 18 GA, and I say OK. Now I actually set the path where this particular machine or the wave file or the XG firewall virtual firewall will be import. So I just import it. Pretty simple. Okay. So as you can see, this firewall is being imported, and that is it. After this, all you need to do, go for the settings and see what happened. As you can see, memory is being already provided 4 GB, processor is 1, hard disk 16 and 80 GB. Three of the virtual interfaces are bridged to. You can wanted to change this. You can configure adapter, and you can see what adapters are there running inside your PC. So normally these two are working because Bluetooth is not the thing that we are not working. I mean, not utilizing. So I am actually using wireless part, and there is no Ethernet connection in my PC. As you can see, this is only wireless part. It is connected to my Bluetooth hotspot. I'm sorry, Airtel hotspot. So if you wanted to see my IP, IPCONFIG, normally what it does. Sorry. It normally gives a DHCP. So I actually put it in the this is the IP address. I put it in the in manual mode. I will tell you why. So normally it gives the IP address on 192.168.100 series, and I actually put it into the remove it from the DHCP to normal mode, for that so that if somehow this particular modem is got disconnected, my IP remains same. So I actually put it into the normal mode, and I also added 172.16.16.17, because by default 172.16.16.16 is the IP address of any newly built virtual firewall or any newly shipped hardware firewall. Okay, so I say cancel. I can see this, then I can okay. You can add more adapters, you can add more component that you want to add here. As you can see, there's floppy network, USB controller, sound card, these are all there normal. I don't want to anything added here, so I just say okay, and I simply play it. So when you play it, I actually played it already. So I have another machine running that I want to already up it. As you can see, this is the version, same version. The IP address is 172.7. Normally, what happened when you boot it, it just gives a 1 second. It gives you this screen. Okay, it gives you this screen. Uh, Now it says that activate device, network configuration, system configuration, route configuration, device console, all sort of thing. First, you need to see what is the IP address that has been assigned. After it, you attach it to your network. So I say number one, network configuration, right, and enter. Then I say interface configuration again, number one, enter. As you can see, these are all automatically given because these are all bridged network. So anyhow, I have been given two IP addresses. One is 172.16.16.16, and then people are still joining. Just give me a second. I think. So then is 176. This is the first IP address that is given, and which is on port A. As you can see, I say again enter. This is the thing that you can see, that's 192.168.100.204. Okay, now as you can see, it has been given by the DSCP port B 100.1 is the IP address of my Airtel 4G dongle. Got it? Now my IP address, my PC IP address is 192.168.100 dot uh, 200. Somehow it has been given by through DSCP, but now I have changed it to manually so that I can connect. So I just change it in through manual, and I also add another IP address which is 172.16.16.17 so that I can also connect to XG firewall, because I've got the only one IP address or one NIC card, which is wireless NIC card. I put them both so I can access it through it. Now all I need to say, after this you do not need to do anything. You just go back to the browsers. So I put on control enter to get out of this VMware console, and I open the uh, god I open this. So normally, just give me a minute to put it down. uh, so normally this is the IP address, as you can see, 192.168.100.204. Remember one thing: XD firewall web console will only open with the IP address followed by 4444. Okay, if you do not put the 4444 port, the user portal will be open. This is not the admin portal, this is only the user portal. So you cannot log in to the user portal using admin user and password. So I have using this 172.16.16.16 colon 444, it asks for thank you for choosing. I actually clicking the LAN interface. It is the welcome page. Okay, you have to configure this. Now click to begin. It says basic configuration. It says new password. Okay, so I give the password, any password that you want to choose, and now then it says install the latest firmware automatically during setup. I just unclick that, accept it. There's another option, restore backup or connect as a HS pair. So from the initial setup already, if you want to restore any backup, you can backup it from there. Continue. Here it comes. Name and time zone. I simply put the click here only. I think it takes me directly to Kolkata. It should be, yes, it is there. Time is 11, so I just keep it 11:59. 11:59. Obviously it's AM now. Then continue. It takes a firewall name. So it's a, you can see, so it says I have an existing serial number. If you download it through our XZ portal, it actually gives you one serial number. Let's see whether I have received any mail from this. It should be there. This is the serial number. So I just copy it. I think I don't on will to copy it. Copy. Then sign it here, as simple as that. Then continue. People are something asking. Okay, got it.
Sujay, I'm sharing all those info.
You can see here, this is very important to understand. Okay, no matter what, what I say, solutions that you brought from Sophos, you need to have a Sophos ID. Okay, so if you buy a firewall, a customer should have a Sophos ID so that you can register that particular hardware to its Sophos ID. I do have a, I have my own Sophos ID. So here you want to create a Sophos ID from this particular thing, or you can simply sign in from here. Okay, so if you create Sophos ID here, I give you another link so that you can understand this. All you have to do, you can simply visit sophos.com. Okay, open it, and you can create Sophos ID from this tab only. As you can see, click licensing portal my Sophos. Okay, so whatever it is there, I request everyone to actually have a Sophos ID as soon as possible before you actually do this exercise. So here's nothing. This is only, create Sophos ID, and this is it. Create Sophos ID, and this is the thing. Goes your verification code and all. So I just simply sign in here with my ID. So I say sujoy.coz@sophos.com, and then sign in. Here, if you have one firewall, don't mind. If you have 100 firewall, I don't mind. From here, actually, you can manage many things. Okay, so it's for ask. I am not a robot, and it comes at mountain or hills. I can see here one mountain. I can see another here. I can see another here. I think that is it. Let's see. Yeah, that is good. Then I say continue. This is the serial number. You can always, if you double check with your email, a mail should be sent from the, Sophos. You just double check that this is this right serial number that is being sent from the on the Sophos. This is the UTM version. Model is SF01V as is virtual device. Then they confirm registration. Then it says thank you. Your device now registered. Click the button below to initiate the license synchronization. So I say initiate license synchronization. As you can see, it is being your setup complete the basic setup. The firewall registered with the following licenses. The wizard will help you set the basic networking and security features to to configure this manually, skip to finish. So as you can see, base firewall, I told you before that base firewall is always there with any firewall, which is included, in which VPN licenses are included, both the SSL VPN and the IPsec VPN. In base license, you have got the routing capabilities, you've got the wireless controller, you've got the link load balancer, and obviously the VPN. So these four things are actually covered inside this. But if it is recommended to at least have network protection with base license, so that you can have the anti-malware engine and IPS engine ready, because in VPN traffic also, or in wireless traffic also, you have to inspect the traffic, otherwise there is no scope of security, to be very frank. And then I actually put it off. I don't want anything. This is all virtual thing. I mean, pre connected to internet. Then I continue. As you can see here, it tells you about network configuration LAN. It is port 1. This is in route mode. If you want to put it in bridge mode or whatever mode, that you can do it from here only. This is, I keep it in the normal mode. So 172.16.16 is this the IP address. I don't want any DHCP lease. If you want, you can do that. Uh, you can also put it into the tap mode or discover mode. Tap mode and discover mode is something where you actually you cannot put it the firewall in the gateway mode or a bridge mode. So if there is a firewall, any existing competition firewall is there, and beyond that, customer asks you to showcase your capabilities, your firewall capabilities. The switch port where that particular competition firewall is connected, you have to mirror that switch port, and on mirror port you have to put the put the our firewall, so that whatever traffic goes to firewall, it actually I can see that traffic, and without in doing anything, I can simply give you report that how do we need to protect that particular, we call it SAR. I think it is security analysis report, that has to be given to the customers. We call it actually tap mode, without disturbing any single bit to the any to the customers. Then I say continue. So these are the network protection tabs. As you can see, protect user from network threat. It says intrusion attack, that means IPS. Advanced threat, which is the anti-bot. Then which is the and a bit of application risk meter is also there. This is all about web control and all thing, web control and all. Then scan file or download it, download it from web, and but different things are there. I don't want to do anything here. I just keep on going. So this is the email that you want to select, that if reports are being created or maybe scheduled, so that can be, this is there. Sujoy dot ghosh at sophos.com. Same IP address will be here. If we want to configuration backup, you can do it from here only. Then continue, and almost done here. As you can see, configuration summary. If you want to copy it or something like that, you can copy it from here only. Then I say finish, or you can directly copy to clipboard and send to mail. Of so many messages are popping up. Okay, finish. Normally XG firewall is going to boot right now with all the parameters that you have provided. If you wanted to sit here, see here also.
So Sujoy,
Yes.
yeah, I think I just take 2-3 minutes on this one.
Yes. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm audible, right?
Yes, yes.
So thing is that whenever you are thinking for this virtual appliance sizing, see, thing is that it can run on Amazon Azure as well. So we can run our appliance on Amazon, on Azure, on any virtual platform which already Sujai shown. It could be VMware, it could be Microsoft Hyper-V, it could be Zen, it could be KVM, and on top of it, any Intel-based hardware. So if you have Intel server, we can run that ISO on Intel server. In fact, we have our own appliance also. So there are lots of flexibility in terms of choosing your appliance. The installation procedure are very sleek and simple. I have sent in the chat some of the installation guide also, or you just simply can Google it from where you can download it, from where you can get those documents, everything, and you can get some YouTube tutorial videos also for this. So nothing to worry on that part. Just make sure as a prerequisite, you must have two NIC card minimum, and minimum two CPU, and take at least minimum 4 GB of RAM to install this SFOS, Sophos Firewall Operating System, which is V18 now. As Sujay already guided, for your customer, it is absolutely free for 90 days trial. And in fact, we have free unlimited client for SSL and IPsec. We just recently added with our V18 release that you can have a single client which we called Sophos Connect for your SSL and for your IPsec both. So you don't need to install different installer or client for SSL and IPsec. That is very fantastic, I believe. Otherwise, some websites, like if you want to see the if you want to just see the GUI portion, or your customer wants to visit GUI, go to Sophos demo site, which is demo.sophos.com. Obviously it's HTTPS, and you can have password like demo, username is demo, and password is demo to visit that particular website as well. So you can see go there and you can check what are the features are available, how the GUI looks like, how you can go some yeah, it's demo.sophos.com. Demo is the username password. And for all documents, you can browse through docs.sophos.com also. Or maybe you can go to the Sophos website and you can just go through the document portions. On top of that, as of now, we are providing Sophos Central, which is basically a Sophos, product platform in cloud, where we have hosted all our product portfolio, starting from our endpoint, Wi-Fi, AP, it's a MDM, it's encryption, everything you can get, you can manage from a single console. Sujay just can open the console, central console once. And there we have newly added with our V18 central firewall management, where you can manage your firewall from the central console. If you have multiple firewall, you can manage from central console and you can update all of your firewalls. We have newly added single click VPN deployment. So suppose you have got 20 firewall for your customer branch offices. So you just can configure and you just click once to configure VPN tunnel for firewall reporting, which is a basically intelligent reporting format. The reporting you will be getting on firewall appliances. Apart from that, we have intelligent reporting also available on the Sophos Central. As of now, it is 7 days free for any customer, and you can purchase in package of 100 GB. So if you want 1 TB, it is available, or you can have unlimited kind of storage also. So that's we have done with our V18 Sophos XG firewall, and we have Sophos Central connectivity, and we have Sophos Central reporting as well. That's it from my side. Sujay, you can carry out.
Now it is being booted, so I just go advance, and then now it is ready. So this is the I close it down. This is demo site. It is there online. So this is actually the XZ firewall. The admin is the username. And password is I select my own password here, and I simply log in here. As you can see, your virtual firewall is up and running. Here only you can see that. Okay, it is running. I put in 8 GB RAM, 2 numbers of CPU. Everything is I just changed top two parameters and everything is same by default. 3 network adapters are there. I put them all into the bridge mode and I simply run it. So as you can see here, this is the network tab. This is the port A, this is the port B, this is the IP address, and this is the IP address of the LAN using which I'm actually managing it. If you want to check whether you have got the internet or not, you can simply connect here and ping the PING ping anything, maybe yahoo.com. I don't know. I doesn't make any range. Sorry, I don't have to write anything. Just say ping. It is pinging. So my firewall is actually connected to internet, and as it is already provided the security and all. You can see here it is administration page. There are a few things. This is registered in my name. This is the serial number, very critical to remember. Company name. These are the protection mechanisms. Expiry date is this only, 22nd May 2020. It will automatically increase while as you are using. This is the device access page. If you wanted to access it from the WAN side, you have to select it. As I doesn't have any public IP at my place, so I cannot open it from the outside right now. And then you have got the backup. You want to take the backup here, backup restore, import export. This is the firmware. I am using this firmware, GA release this 352. This is the pattern update tab. You can see everything is, I have Avira AV which is failed. I have to again resynchronize it if you want to. In Sophos XG firewall, you have got the two number of AV engine. One is from Sophos and second is from Avira. Let it run in background. Then you have got other component. These are all successful. Then I have to come to this. As Sumit talks about, I told you about the manageability part. As you can see, this central synchronization tab is there. Got it? So if you want a particular firewall from Sophos Central, which is there only, okay, I have got multiple firewall here. So all you need to do, you have to register it with your Sophos Central ID. Now this Sophos Central ID can be your Sophos ID or it could be separate ID also. So I say register. So I say email is sujoy.ghosh@sophos.com, and then I put my password. Sorry. I say register. Please put yourself into the mute. You see, I have seen the gaming console, sound from. Here it is. It comes. As you can see, management is simply disabled. You can always double check with this particular serial number. It says firewall registered with Sophos Central successfully. Okay, then I say Sophos Central services is off. Now I have to enable it. Use Sophos Central reporting, use Sophos Central management, same configuration backup to Sophos Central. I don't want to do this right now. You can do that, apply.
So the best part is, if you don't have live IP even on your appliance and you want to manage that appliance from centrally, you can do that. And even you can access that appliance from any part of the world, just logging into the Sophos Central account. And this account is absolutely secure. The entire security managed by Sophos for its customer.
So it says approval pending. So accept services. Now it comes to up, as you can see this is connected. Okay, you can come here. Though it is not fully connected, while it's fully connected, it's going to be green. It takes some time to, synchronize and exchange the other information and all. It says the alert. Now it is connected. A firewall has enabled Sophos Central management on reporting, awaiting approval to be managed. It is there. I click on the what I say serial number of that particular firewall, and this would be showing exe firewall page, which I seen here only. It should be open in Sophos Central. As you can see, this is the Sophos Central page. This is not the IP address. There is no a sign of any IP address here. So this is the normal page.
So connect your appliance. You don't need to keep a live IP, or you don't need to keep HTTPS open on your firewall. And not only
Nothing.
that, you don't need to have VPN connected on your network to access your firewall. You can access this firewall anywhere from the world. Sujay, go once and check the reporting part also.
Yes. So as you can see, both are almost exactly identical. This is my local view. This is my central view. There is no change. And as you can see, as Sumit says, no accessibility is given from outside except HTTP. I don't need that also. If you wanted to have access, you simply, you're not using anything. See, there's nothing. Nothing is accessible here. So I did not click on any WAN connectivity. Still, I'm connected to my firewall. Okay. Then, as I do not have any report, let me see on the. Suppose I go back. Here it comes. It is always connected. It is the virtual machine, as you can see. This is the dashboard. These are all report types and all. View all reports. You can see alert here. You can ungroup and group them. You want to see longer categories. You can see this different thing is there. It just simply goes in and acknowledge it. This is the firewall that you just simply acknowledge it and it goes. This is the 5 high security alert. This is about my Apple phone, which is connected to this central only in mobile control tab. And then right now there is no what I say report is there. Here is the backup tab that you can take backup here. You can see generate backup and all the devices are listed here. You can take any device and take the backup from here. And the thing that I need to actually show to generate some report, but it is actually not utilizing, so it is not generating any report right now. So coming back to my presentation slide, okay, there I need to show you few things that is not there here inside. You can see my slides now.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
So there are a few things I need to show you here only, okay. XD version 18 actually comes with few advantages that I need to showcase you here, and one of them is extreme architecture. Now before going to extreme architecture, there are a few things I need to tell you, which is the which network security problems are actually solving. The key thing is the blind spot. Okay, blind spot, I say, whenever there's a traffic that goes through my firewall, is actually 90% of them, almost 90% of them are SSL traffic, and that too on application based traffic. So various big companies are there who actually tell them that they are actually application based firewall, at their name and status is way higher than us, but right now we are actually at par with them, and sometimes we're better of them. We have got the capability of XZ firewall. I will show you the tab is called synchronize app control. Now that uh, synchronize app control feature only can be utilized when you have got the Sophos endpoint installed at your endpoint. As your entire network is creating traffic to my firewall, I have to put my endpoint at your in your endpoint PCs, so that there is, no matter what traffic has been generated from there, I can see it, whether it's a browser based traffic or application based traffic. Browser based traffic we're already managing, never mind, but the main concern is application based traffic, and that too on SSL traffic. So no matter what firewall that you're using, it somehow you misses 30 to 35%. I mean firewall traffic. And firewall sees as the generic traffic, because of all of them are actually SSL traffic. With 90% of the firewall deployed is not enabled SSL scanning. That is a very big challenge. And on top of that, if you really wanted to enable SSL scan, or then you have to import the a firewall what I say SSL certificate to your browser. And that is a very tedious job if you do not have this do not have the AD environment. And because deployment of this SSL certificate to 300 400 machine is a great big job done that cannot be done. So the blind spot is over if you're utilizing our endpoint and our XC firewall in any environment and give you the 100% thing visibility. Hackers are exploiting it is only because of this in firewall, in our firewall now is actually has got the almost all the capabilities that are there in our endpoint also. So in normal firewall you have got almost application control, web control, download reputation, whatever is there. But now we are actually bringing on uh, a machine learning in our firewall, which gives you threat intelligence on top of sandboxing. So on sandboxing, while a file is being sent to sandboxing, it automatically goes to ML engine also. So it gives you entire analysis of any detected threat or any suspicious files. Then obviously the ransomware protection is there. The latest threat is always there. uh, Optical application performance, obviously right now we have got the SD-WAN capabilities where you can actually tell that this particular application goes through this optimal gateway only. That is there, so you can do that actually. And not only the given application, if my endpoint is also installed on your endpoint, then I can give you the 100% application visibility, and you can prioritize them, you can categorize them, you can give the bandwidth on top of that application also. And you can simply discard them also if you don't want to discard that. So SSL inspection is there. I told you before, threat intelligence is also there, and obviously application critical application performance, because you always want your Office 365 to goes to your optimal one gateway one, and maybe the second application that is not that critical, that can always go to gateway number two. So that can be done by through you are actually accelerating your application performance. Uh, then you have got the extreme architecture. This is actually a normal scenario where this is the normal three step, which is the firewall stack, then the DPI engine, and lower part is network flow fast path. The first part is firewall stack. Okay, try to understand when any traffic comes to my firewall, it comes to firewall stack only. So where I decide from where it comes, where it goes, should I allow it, should I block it, how much decision, how much quality, what I QA set can be given. So it comes to that part only. The DPI engine, Deep Packet Inspecting Engine, is newly introduced in our version 18. This is 100% stream-based deep packet inspection engine, which is port agnostic. So port agnostic means it is whether 80 or 443 or any XYZ port, I don't mind. I don't care. If it is comes to me, I will scan everything. Okay. So and that is actually the main beauty of it. Then the trusted network flow path, it says when a particular network traffic comes to my firewall stack, it cannot directly go to network flow path. First path I will get it in one minute time. So first it comes to firewall stack, then it scans it if through DPI engine, and it actually comes to a decision that this particular source and this particular destination is absolutely okay, and there is no need to verify every now and then of it. So it puts it into the network flow path. But remember, this is all automated. You cannot do anything. So if my firewall sees the packet pattern, source and destination, reputation, a lot of things are there. If it is there, it's going to give you the live wire speed. So that particular source and destination will be simply by out, simply out of the DPI engine and goes directly to destination. For every intermittent, it will obviously check somehow. And then this is actually a small example. Fastpath is actually example of the uh, trusted traveler. Previously, what I do, people go to airport, and people are there. He rolls around you, touching almost every space that you are actually in your body. That is quite awkward. Then it comes to X-ray machine and metal detector through which it goes into the airport, and then people are actually swallowing a lot of materials, keeping into their belly, and goes through that. Then comes the full body scanner, and but beyond that, there's a trusted traveler program right now. Beyond few things, these travelers are being trusted. They don't need to go anywhere. They just simply goes through the trusted traveler zone, and the airport is actually taking care of the all the responsibilities beyond that. He doesn't have to scan anything. So this is the actually the terminology or pictographical thing is that is comes to the DPI engine and FastPath. This is the initial connection. As you can see, firewall stack PIA, and then it goes to directly network flow path port, and I mean network flow fast path. If no scanning engine is there, so then if it is scanning engine there, then it is again does the goes for the scanning engine and then comes to fast path. So traffic comes to firewall stack, then go for the scanning and then go for the network first flow. It goes there. Now simply source and destination firewall knows that, directly comes to the network fast path flow, and scanning engine is there and scan and outside. And then now my firewall goes to know that this particular packet is coming from this source, this goes to this destination, and it is being already scanned by the DPI engine, and I know it is nothing wrong with it. So I simply put them into the absolute network for fast path, and it's going for the live wire. So extreme DPI engine default rules इसका बना हुआ रहता है, to be very frank. As you can see, scan is on the right hand side. You can see the web proxy part. So previously, Sophos using proxy, web proxy or normal proxy to scan every traffic. But right now here by default everything goes to DPI engine if you do not select web proxy. I mean manually. So it is up to you which one which capabilities that you want to actually utilize, proxy or DPI engine. My suggestion is go for the DPI engine. This is the SSL inspection. Normal things, 80% traffic encrypted, 32% advanced malware, TLS and all that are covered in our SSL scanning. Then 90% are obviously organizations are powerless. They cannot do anything. Not using SSL inspection. Nowhere. Almost 96% firewall is not scanning SSL traffic. So this is the normal, SSL performance, flexibility, high performance, focus on version 1.3. Right now, lot of firewall does not have the capability to scan 1.2. Inspect all the traffic. I told you it is port agnostic. I don't care. Here, at a glance health, there's only one engine to scan everything, so it doesn't go to anywhere else. Won't break the internet. Obviously, simple policy. So this is the, policy that you can see. Name, blog insecure, you can see the certificates, then the RSA keys and the cipher suite. Lot of things are there that you can choose how you want to do that. This is the visibility of SSL traffic. I think no one in the current scenario has got this kind of capability to, decrypt the SSL traffic and gives you this sort of, visibility. Great to have. And identify and remediating issues there. You can see more of the errors and affected users and IP addresses on top of applications. This is the what I say threat intelligence part. As I told you, DPI engine is already there, and on top of that, you have got the which is the IPS web AV and SSL. Uh, then it goes to, if it is not resolved here, it goes to Sophos Sandstorm. So cloud sandboxing, dynamic analysis, intercept text technology, memory resident, registry, file system, everything is there. And beyond that, now you've got a threat intelligence. This is the next level of protection mechanism that are bundled into the XD firewall capabilities. So now deep learning, artificial intelligence is also there. Threat modeling techniques, all sort of everything is there. Now it's a hell lot of technologies that are amalgamated into a single box that you can leverage while you are using version 18. So this is the only thing that you can see. HTTPS, content scanning, threat intelligence wizard. These are all small, wizards that are all, clickable. You can click them and goes to that particular tab, threat intelligence tab, that you can see 5 incident, 24 incident, 207 scanned and all. Summary. This is the summary page. Threat intelligence tab is there. Suspicious, malicious, and goes beyond that. This is the threat meter that you can have based on file attributes, generic analysis, machine learning, overall reputation, everything is there. As you can see this. This is the detailed reporting. Fantastic to have this sort of insight with from your firewall itself. Great visibility of any threat. Just go ahead and check it. Sandbox activity reporting always there. You can see that. So powered by the Sophos Labs and deep learning, you can have this all, and it got the tremendous value. Network features is always there, because you can see, you can select the source zone, filters are there, multiple filters are there. And there's all new things that are actually introduced. Then you've got the firewall rule announcement. You can auto group them. You can simply put in the same rule. You can put the exclusion also in terms of zone, in terms of IP address, destination zone, destination address, services in a single rule. NAT capability is also there. Uh, it's a big subject. I don't want to do this right now, but NAT capabilities is also there. You can also have the notification and alert setting. You can have this all sort of settings that are there. You can enable and disable that. SD-WAN, another technology that I told you before. There are a lot of capabilities which is bundled into the XG firewall. Traffic rule based, route based on application, traffic selector, criteria includer, user group, routing defined on primary and backup gateway, policy based routing on reply direction. A lot of things that can be leveraged through this. This is separate topic already. Uh, Synchronized SD-WAN, I told you before, every connected application that are creating traffic to my XG firewall, you can have the total visibility of that, and you can prioritize them using your better WAN connectivity, that you can do that. Then you have got log viewers. Log viewers is also this is color coded log viewers, and then you have got the flow monitor, how the applications are monitoring how much data is there, upstream and low stream, everything is there. Every bit of information is there. Lot of things from a single pane of glass. Version 18 feature list, as you can see, hell lot of feature list is there. uh, and then the route based VPN, application based, policy based routing, synchronized SD-WAN, enhanced HA. Then the flow monitor improvement, threat intelligence, global center wizard, extended VLAN on the bridge interface also, extended bridge support. All of them are actually included. Uh, and one more thing, which is the Sophos Central that I already told, that is already managed through and deployed through your firewall. I mean the central management part. Uh, People are still joining. So this is the firewall grouping that I already show you in my firewall page. This is the firewall reporting. As you can see, policy, network, security wizards are there. Key indicators and risks at a glance: network health, policy incident, security incident, top risk. Then you obviously powerful and flexible multi-dimensional report is there. Easily create custom report. All sort of probabilities are there. This is another thing that I need to say is called zero-day touch deployment. In very soon, in Sophos XD firewall in Central, you can actually create a wizard and create a configuration file for your branch office firewall. Okay, so you run the wizard in Sophos Central, create the configuration file to a USB stick, then start the device with the USB stick connected, and that particular firewall is up and running with the configuration. So that is it from my side. This is all summary that I goes through. These are the winning advantages. Explore hidden risk in terms of SSL traffic application, malware analysis, deep dive of any malware scanning, deep learning obviously is there. Connectivity, 1G, 10G, 40G connectivity is there. Remote site networking VPN is absolutely free. Optimizing your application by utilizing bandwidth to providing it to the right bandwidth, categorize it, block it. Everything is there. Put the bandwidth on the application is there. Very easy to manage through Sophos Central, absolutely free, and obviously built-in expertise. It is all built on our Sophos, expertise from our Sophos global team. This is a bit, comparison. Sophos, Fortinet, SonicWall, WatchGuard, Cisco, and Palo Alto. So cloud management and reporting, पैसा देना पड़ेगा आपको. Fortinet का उसको हमारे पास फ्री है. इन डेप्थ एंड फाइल एनालिसिस Fortinet के पास नहीं है, SonicWall के पास नहीं है, WatchGuard के पास ऑलमोस्ट नहीं है. Cisco मेरा की Palo Alto हाफ है. TLS 1.3 आप देख सकते हो, हमारे पास Fortinet के पास है, बाकी सब लोगों के पास आधा आधा कुछ है, किसी के पास है ही नहीं. ऑटो प्रोविजन SD-WAN ऑलमोस्ट नहीं है. फुल एप्लीकेशन विजिबिलिटी, नो वन हैज इट. So I say full application visibility Palo Alto के पास भी नहीं है. They are supporting 3,100 something application, but we are actually supporting more than that. And if you're having our endpoint install at your on your PC, then I have got the 100% application visibility. हमारा फायरवॉल भी विजनरी में है, क्योंकि पहले हम लोग UTM में थे, वहाँ पे हम लोग लीडर्स थे. अभी गार्टनर ने सबको मिला के एंटरप्राइज फायरवॉल बना दिया है. So we are right now in visionaries. Very soon you will see improving our thing. The capabilities will be much higher in coming years. Endpoint में हम लोग leaders पे हैं. You can always leverage our intercept X for advance, and then you have got the which is leaders quadrant. NSS recommended is always there. So that is it from my side. I stop this and